Wow. It says statutes prohibiting. It says statutes prohibiting marriages between persons of different races have been held to be invalid as contrary to the Equal Protection Clause of the Constitution.
And where you reading that from?
This is Blacks. Man, we gotta we
No,
got it. Can we
tell you where it's from?
Man, this is Black's Law Dictionary, page 999.
What edition?
6.
You heard it first.
Wow. It said it was invalid. This is why all this stuff is happening to brothers that want to intermarry. It's a total violation of what's going on. Total violation. So you don't need a marriage license to go out and get married. You and your husband sign a certificate. You don't need them in your business then. Once you get, and actually, when you look up marriages, it talks about the marriage license or the marriage periods under the Police Powers Act. So if it's under the Police Powers Act, now they can come in your house, kick you out, put you out your house, take your children. This is all laid out in the black codes already. All this is laid out in the black codes. And I can't find it right offhand, but when you read these things and what happens now, when you have a child, if the mother's not free, the child is not free. So now they say that in the black, now this is all stuff that's located in the black codes. You may can find the black codes in Webster's dictionary. And I dare anybody to say that, okay, that's old SABIR. No, everything that they're doing is always codified. That's why they call these things codes. It's to code, to hide, to codify it, the codes. Everything is code, like Morse codes. It's codes. It's still there. The game is the same, but the players are different. So they saying if the mother is a slave, then the child is a slave. So I would suggest people to go out and get these black codes and really start researching. I'm trying to find a part, because some people may look at this right now and say, this guy, he's making this stuff up. I mean, trust me when I tell you, when you look at this, you're going to be like, wow. And start asking these questions to these politicians that's out here. I want to find this. All right. Now, dealing with the children. The children, and now I brought up OJ, interracial, Kobe, interracial marriages, all these different interracial marriages and things like that. This is why these guys in the NFL, NBA, athletes, rappers, whatever you want to say, they're getting spanked because nobody's giving. They think everything is honky-dory, slavery is over. The physical may be over, but the mental is not over. They're not going to change just because you're free. They give a couple of so-called Negroes a freedom or a leadway to do certain things, you know, to say that they made it or so-called arrived. You know, and they need to study that book, The Miseducation of the Negro. There's a lot of stuff inside that book. Carter G. Woodson, you know, and I haven't even read the whole thing. Now, let me go back. We talked about OJ. We talked about Negroes not having firearms. They cannot have firearms. And they also speaks about, in the black codes, about Negroes not standing in a crowd. Now, my man just told me he came home from Iraq. He was in the military. He said, yo, SABIR, do you know that they didn't allow us? And I want people to start examining these things. This is, like I said, this is a lesson tool right here. I want people to start observing these things. My man just came home from the military. He said, SABIR, you know what? They didn't allow us to be in a pack, you know, as a group. They didn't want us to be in a group. You know, we went out, you know, together. They don't want you to go out. Some people say, no, that's old. No, that's not going on. No. I don't want to name people names, but people that's near the Pentagon, that works for the Pentagon, told me this. People who work there look like us, melanated people, said that they never allowed them to come or have lunch together. They always had them going to lunch at different times, not a group. The black code states that if any group of Negroes was together, it was to separate them. It was to separate them. Do not allow them to be on the corner together or in crowds, period. They said day or night. These things are in the black codes. Now let's move up to 2008. Boom. I used to live around a bunch of Caucasians. I said, why they never bother them? But yet, right now to this day, you won't have to believe it or not, just start watching it. Just watch these things. They will pull up on a corner full of brothers. You could be 2 or 3 of them. They'll say, what are you doing on the corner? They'll give you a story and say, well, I heard somebody complaining. You have a right to stand on any way you want to stand at. You have a right. It's your right to stand where you want, as long as you're not obstructing the highway. That's not, the highway would be the street. I'm not obstructing or stopping anybody from walking past. This is what they'll try to use. This is in their codes. This is in their, matter of fact, I believe it's in their ordinances or regulations or somewhere. But you can research these things. It says obstruct. They'll use the term obstructing the highway. The highway, they say that's preventing someone from walking past. So if I'm on a sidewalk, I'm not preventing anybody from walking past. Or I'm not in the street preventing anybody to drive past. That's obstructing the highway. So if I'm standing, it's my right to do that. But again, the black code said if you see a group of them, be it if it's day or night, it can't happen. They don't, that's forbidden. And you get penalized and punished for that. That's from back then to what's going on now. Like I said, the game is the same, but the players is different. It's the same. So we thinking that we have done with all that. No,
it's interesting how, you know, we've actually internalized a lot of that.
Wow.
Because as we stand, you know, it doesn't even have to be on a corner. We can stand in the middle of the block.
Yeah.
On a police, quote unquote, officer.
An overseer.
An overseer. Police overseer.
Say it again. Overseer, officer.
I got
overseer.
you. Overseer. I got you. Comes along, we scatter.
Yeah.
Because we know that we're going to be harassed.
But you know, it was funny because I was walking out the house with my son and I, and the cop pulled up, and he looked at me and my son, and I stopped and looked at him. Because he's going to question me, I'm going to question him. Where do you get your authority from? Who gave you authority? What are you doing over here bothering us? See, this is what happens, and they use this fear factor or this fear tactic on us, man.
You know, I'm reading in the Webster's Dictionary, and I looked up the word police. Police is has French, Latin, and German roots, but within the brackets it says government of a city. How do you view that?
Because what happens to people, if people study the history of the police, you police your area. You're supposed to be policing, not them. See, because again, we don't understand the law, we get so caught up in thinking that they're the law. Like people say is, they don't respect the law, or you have to uphold you have to, what they say, obey the law. That's what they say, right? But they don't understand that they are the law. The people are the law. And the police are the outlaws. You're the outlaw too, because you're outside of the law. But the real criminal, like my man, who was the Dead Prayer said, you're not in KRS-One. You're not looking at the real criminal. The criminal is the ones that's coming into your community. You're supposed to police your own people. We designated these people, and it really started with the sheriff. The sheriff is the one who deputizes these people. Sheriff is the highest officer of the land. So what happens, we have to police our own people. It only means you're policing the area. That's it.
It's funny that I'm now following kind of how you say it within Black's Law Dictionary, but you can also follow along the same way within Webster's Dictionary.
That's what I said though. Most of the stuff.
Which Webster's Dictionary, or which is the best types of dictionaries someone should get?
Unabridged, not the abridged.
Early editions, late editions.
The later edition, the old editions is better. The unabridged dictionaries, the ones about this thick. You know, get the older editions and make sure it's unabridged. Because when you read everything in the brackets. You can find almost the same thing in Webster's that you can find in Black's Law Dictionary.
Right, which is interesting because this is what I'm seeing. I'm looking up the word government after I said, you know, police means government of the city. So I look up government. It says to govern, and then I shoot over to the word, which government is a French word, and also it has aspects of Latin depending on its spelling. And it says to govern, and then you go over to the word govern, which is a Middle English word. Also has Latin and Greek aspects to it, and it says to steer or pilot a ship, direct command. Now what does that have to do with a city?
Because let's go back. Let's build. Now, there's a term.
You want me to read that again? What is it?
Yeah, read that again, man.
Okay, it said govern, which is a Middle English word, which also has Old French, Latin, and German aspects depending on how it's spelled. But within the brackets, it says to steer or pilot a ship.